Welcome back, everyone, to another week of Manga Theater. My name is Ben, and another week, another episode of Death Note. Last week on, Light Yagami, Ryuk, and the Death Note all in one place, and they are going to change the world. Light Yagami is going to be the god of this new world. We'll see how that plays out. I'm super interested to see what happens next. I just recently watched the dub of the first episode, which I really enjoyed. So I'm going to switch to the dub. Sometimes I do like watching the sub, but I know a lot of people are probably like, well, you've done some dub work and you want it to be a part of your job and you're not watching the dub. What are you doing? I was going to eventually watch the dub. I just thought it would be easier to edit it with the sub and subtitles and all that stuff. But I can also put the subtitles in the dub, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just try and find a new way of doing it. Who knows? But yeah, so we're going to be switching to the dub. I know some of the comments last week were like, hey, you should check this out. And I did, and I loved it. So we're going to continue on with that. No promises for future reactions that I'll do dub or sub. It's kind of on a anime to anime basis, just depending on preference. That's what I think dub and sub is meant to be. It should just be based on preference. The best way that you enjoy consuming that specific content, right? If you guys enjoy this content, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Also, check down all my descriptions below. You can find my website, links to my podcast, the Manga Monday show that I host with my good friend Edgar, and yeah, all that jazz. So let's get on into the reaction. Yeah, Death Note! Man, this would get on my nerves so much. Just students just talking while the teacher is lecturing. Like, give him some like leeway, man. Like, you guys are the worst.
Well, but I'm not surprised, of course. Absolutely flawless. Very good.
Absolutely flawless. You are, Light Yagami. What? That was so funny. He just went, oh, he went, what are you writing there, bud?
Every day it's so boring here. Hey, where are you going?
Yeah. Ryuk is speaking facts.
Why are you working so hard?
I can't afford to waste any time. I have a very small window to write names in this notebook. I only have from when I get home from school.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. Man, he has this all planned out. Sayu? Who is Sayu? Is that his sister? Does he have a sister?
Sorry to interrupt.
If anyone else touches that notebook you've got hidden in the drawer right now, they'll be able to see me too.
He waits till now to mention that important detail? Damn Shinigami.
Yeah, what the heck, Ryuk?
There have been 52 deaths that we're aware of, and that's just in the past week.
Wow, so the nations of the world are already starting to catch on to these people just dying?
These were criminals who were probably facing execution sooner or later.
Shouldn't matter whether it's a criminal or someone in it. Still too early to consider these a homicide.
Yeah. This, wow, this sounds a lot like politics nowadays. Wow. There's the people who are like, come on, they were all bad guys anyway. And the people who are like, what, this is messed up.
If that's the case, it looks as if we'll have no choice but to bring in L.
Who is L? Man, what's going on? Yeah, who's L?
We don't know L's real name or whereabouts. In fact, we still don't even know what he looks like. However, he's managed to solve every case he's ever taken on. Really? Well, this one's gonna be really hard to deal with. L is already on the move.
Oh, hello. Big trench coat man.
L has already begun his investigation into that man's the only known person who can contact L. Nobody knows his true identity either.
Wow, there's a lot of layers going on here.
What are we doing here anyway?
Isn't it obvious? I can't afford to carry something this dangerous with me anymore. But I'm walking a very fine line right now.
Yeah, it's dangerous. So, Light having this thing, yeah, is just an awful thing. So is he gonna burn the notebook? I don't think that's gonna do anything, right?
We're witnessing an atrocious act of mass murder, one that is unforgivable.
I'm really shocked that they caught on to it so fast. Like, you would think that 52. I don't know. Were they all from Japan, or were they across the? But they just said 52.
There's a strong possibility that they're Japanese.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so they know he's Japanese. This guy's got a Gordon type mustache. He's giving me Gordon vibes.
Then you just
Oh, fascinating. And they just click. Oh, okay.
Ah, a fake bottom. The
Oh.
diary will distract.
I've set things up so that there's no way they could get their hands on the notebook,
How so, Light? Tell me.
preventing the flow of electricity around this circuit. This piece of rubber also prevents the flow of electricity. If someone were to try and force the bottom of the drawer open, and that would ignite the gasoline, instantly setting the notebook on fire.
Oh, wow. But what happens to the Death Note if it's burned?
Websites like this are popping up everywhere lately.
The legend of Kira the Savior.
The word Kira, I'm pulling up tons of sites just like
Okay, so we have a mob psycho helmet religion now. And now people are like, oh, this is so realistic, kind of. Like, I feel like people would do this in real life, would immediately go, oh my god, our savior is here. He's around there, out there, somewhere. That's crazy.
Let's say that students were asked to discuss whether bad people deserve to die.
It's just wrong to kill people.
That's what they're bound to say.
Yeah.
Most are too afraid to support me as they're worried about what others will think.
Yeah.
Many would
This is the danger of the internet as well, is that people feel more brave to come out and do awful things because they feel that this veil behind them is covering them.
While those who have done wrong are on the run, they're forced to hide from an unknown enemy, and everything is going just like I planned.
Okay. So Light, everything is going smoothly, and he's taking control of all of it. So.
We now take you live to the ICPO. I am Lind L. Taylor, otherwise known as L.
Oh, he's showing his face. I thought we weren't allowed to see his face.
Why do you choose
Yeah.
to do it now?
It must mean L's serious about this.
Okay, so he has his name tag right there. Is he gonna die?
Get this first, and as long as the police don't find it, there won't be any evidence to convict me.
You would think.
And I can guess what you hope to achieve. What you're doing right now is evil.
Oh. Did that touch a little
I am
nerve?
justice. I protect the innocent and those who fear evil.
Is he playing? Oh.
Desires. All those who would oppose that God, they are the ones who are
Oh.
truly evil. I guess
Okay.
it's
Whoa. Like, no. What are you doing? Oh my god, he went from, I'm doing great. What are you doing? He went from, oh, I'm having a grand old time, fixing the world, to, oh, this guy's pissing me off, I'm gonna write his name down. And he wrote it down so big.
I'll show the world what happens when you cross me.
What are you doing? Dude, no. What are you doing? He did this on purpose, surely.
I never thought it would actually happen.
Oh my god.
It seems you can kill
Oh my
people without
god.
having to be there in person.
Oh my god, he played him like a fiddle. Oh my god, and he just killed an innocent dude.
That was not me.
Oh.
Secrecy, so you wouldn't have heard about him on TV.
Oh my god, he got played.
But not even you have access to information about these types of criminals.
He got you there.
Yeah, Ryuga's like, he got you, man.
Do exist. Now, try to kill me.
Whoa, cool 3D shot. And it's convenient that he doesn't show his face. He doesn't know who he is. So this is like a perfect Light Yagami antagonistic force. I really like it.
You can't kill me after all. We are only broadcasting in the Kanto region of Japan. I now know where you are.
Oh my god, so he knows he's in the region.
But in actuality, the first of your victims was a suspect in Shinjuku. Furthermore, his crime was only ever reported in Japan. You are in Japan.
Wow, this is this is really smart writing. This is really smart writing. And we'll talk about that more in the discussion later on about how this weaving and it making sense is incredible.
It won't be too long now before I am able to sentence you to death.
And that he is here in Japan.
But that's also dangerous because, you know, might give people more of a feeling of like a cult feel knowing that he's real.
Let's meet again soon.
Really? He's going to sentence me to death? Sounds interesting.
Humans are so much fun.
Reek is having a great time.
I am justice.
Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, discussion. You know, the fact that they were able to have such a big reveal and such a big like kind of plot twist, I would count it as a plot twist in the second episode is incredible, right? The L stuff, how he figured that stuff out, how he deduced where he was and what region he was in is really, really well written. And I don't know who the mangaka is. I should search it up. I'll search it up a bit later so that I can give him or her their due diligence. But that is just brilliant writing. And let's talk about it a little bit more. So the way that he deduced it was first we figured out that L knew. He was like, I believe they're in Japan, right? That's all we learned first. And then later on in the episode, he talked about how the first kind of criminal who died of a heart attack was that criminal who was hostaging kids, right? That's what we knew. And that wasn't reported anywhere outside of that specific region in Japan, since it was a local scenario and was a local situation. So it wasn't necessarily broadcasted anywhere else. And since probably no major tragedy happened, since nobody died except for the culprit, it probably didn't hook on to other news stations and thus was just in that region. And the fact that L was able to figure out that and then say we're only broadcasting this to that region so we know that you're here is incredible, because what Light was saying earlier in the episode was completely true, where he was like, there's no way they would know where I am. There's no way. You know, I'm writing in basically this god or devilish book and it's just killing off people. There's no evidence, there's no fingerprints, there's no nothing. But the story came in and said L is the best detective. He has solved every case he's done. And the story proved that immediately giving us characterization to this character. Really well done. The parallels between L and Light. Light's first name starting with an L, and then obviously his nickname is L, and then they both think they're the harbingers of justice. They both think that they are serving this stuff. Their ideologies are completely different. L thinks that jailing these or killing these jail inmates is bad. It's murder, which, to be honest, is fair, right? And Light touches that on earlier in the episode where he's like, you know, most people think this. However, they can't ever show that in public, right? They have to bring it back. And then when they get home and have that, you know, that veil of a screen, that protective thing of a screen, they show who they truly are, which we have seen, you know, which is just so fascinating watching this after the COVID years. I mean, we're still in it quite a bunch, but after the COVID years and seeing like how this has been seen in our real world, you know, because, you know, QAnon being the biggest thing that we know of recently. But obviously there have been a whole bunch of online cults over the years. But the QAnon one is, I would say, probably the biggest that has come in the most recent times. So yeah, L believes that killing all these inmates is murder and that it's wrong. And then Light is like, well, no, doing this stuff. And he talks about how his ideology is working, right? How these people, they're starting to follow me and they're starting to get interested in all this stuff. And then the quote unquote bad guys, the criminals, they are hiding because they feel that this divine power, this divine justice is gunning out for them, which is a terrifying thing, to have come after you. Like this faceless thing that's coming after you, which, once again, more parallels between L and Light. Nobody knows Light's face. He is this kind of mysterious power. The same with L. We don't know what he looks like. We don't know what he sounds like, which is very, very important for him to be a kind of blockade for Light, a first test, if you would. I don't know how long this person is going to be an antagonist, but he's going to be a first blockade that Light has to hop over, since he doesn't have a face, right? And to write the person's death of the Death Note, you have to know their face. And first of all, he doesn't even know his name, right? Only thing he knows is L. So that's a double whammy, which is incredible. Other parts of the episode, Light has a sister. She's just hanging out and she's not good at math. I get you. I don't know. I don't remember her name. I'll check it up again so that in the next episode or the next time she shows up, I'll immediately know her name and stuff like that. Yeah. I was like, the mom sounds really young in the dub, but no, I, of course, was wrong. That was the sister. Yeah, Light's complete, dangerous contraption to get the Death Note is absolutely crazy. If you do it wrong, you could light your entire room on fire, which he's like, oh, if my, family gets a hold of this, it could be dangerous. But then he's also like, oh, if they try to get a hold of this, I'll light them on fire, So yeah. I'm fascinated what happens to the Death Note if it catches on fire. Does it respawn? Is it kind of like, I don't even know if the Dragon Balls respawn if you break them. I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see if the Death Note gets broken. Is it broken forever? Can it be broken? Is that what Light was testing with the fire and stuff, testing if the Death Note can be destroyed? Yeah. Other than that, Ryuk is just enjoying himself this episode. I really love Ryuk's dub actor. They're really great. And let's talk about the dub just real quick. Brilliant dub work. Really fantastic dub work. The characters all seem completely seamless. The voices completely match their characters. And they have such a good hold, a good grasp on who these characters are. A lot of times voice actors, me included, it takes a couple of episodes to get into it. But man, these voice actors really started off to the get-go. It's another reason why I think people shouldn't give up on dubs too quick, because it sometimes takes 4 episodes to really grab a hold of it. And sometimes it even takes an entire season before the actors really grab a hold of it. And then you're witnessing some of the best English voiceover work in the industry, which is really, really great. And I can already tell right now that I am witnessing that with Death Note. So yeah, that's really fascinating. Yeah, this episode was crazy. It's going at breakneck speed. I did not expect for people to already be catching on to these deaths happening, right? Maybe it's a little bit unrealistic how the governments are, one thing, caring about inmates, and two, working so fast, right? But, for a story to happen, and for the pace that this story wants to go at, completely get it. Another really great episode. This series is becoming something that I look forward to every week. My week revolves around it, and it's so exciting to, sit back on like a nice Friday or whenever this comes out and just watch this thing with you guys. I'm really enjoying it so far. So let's hope it keeps going. And the story keeps trucking along strong. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit like, please hit subscribe. If you enjoy watching Death Note with me and enjoy the stuff, let me know in the comments below. If there's anything else you want me to react to, I do have a Haikyuu review coming out next weekend. That's going to be a lot of fun, in addition to episode 3 of Death Note coming out. So yeah, every week there'll be a new Haikyuu review, and I'll tell you more about that later. And then there'll be a new Death Note reaction. If you want me to react to more stuff, always the best way to support me is hit like, hit subscribe, go to the description below, hit the links, hit subscribe on my other channels, all that stuff. Yeah, and I'll see you guys next week. This was episode 2, Confrontation. Bye, you guys. Some nice Yamcha stuff going on, yeah.